Military drums, building tension, wind through mountains, distant radio static. 12 soldiers went into the Afghan mountains on a routine patrol. Only 3 came back. The other 9, they vanished without a trace. No bodies, no blood, no equipment left behind. Just empty boots lined up in perfect formation, and a radio transmission that makes no sense. They're not human. Repeat, they're not human. Brief radio transmission, distorted, panicked voice. Base, this is Bravo 6. They're not human. Repeat, they're not human. This is the story the military tried to bury. The patrol that disappeared in broad daylight. The survivors who refused to speak. And the search operation that uncovered something impossible. Helicopter blades fading in. What happened to Bravo Squad? The answer will change everything you think you know about modern warfare. March 15th, 2019. Forward Operating Base Chapman, Afghanistan. Bravo Squad receives what should have been a routine assignment. Patrol the mountain villages north of Khas Province. Check for Taliban activity. Return by 1800 hours. Squad leader, Staff Sergeant David Morrison, 28 years old, 3 deployments. Radio operator, Specialist Tommy Chen, 22, electronics expert from California. Medic, Corporal Sarah Martinez, 26, former EMT. Point man, Private First Class Jake Williams, 19, fresh out of infantry training, plus 8 more soldiers, 12 total, all experienced, all prepared, all expecting to be home for dinner. The mission parameters were clear. Follow Route Sapphire through 3 villages. Conduct presence patrols. Establish contact with local elders. And report any suspicious activity. Standard counterinsurgency operations. Weather conditions. Clear, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility unlimited. Threat level low. Expected duration 6 hours. What could go wrong? At 0830 hours, Bravo Squad depart the base in 2 armored vehicles. The last video footage shows 12 soldiers in full combat gear, joking about the easy mission ahead. That footage would become evidence in a military investigation that officially never happened. The first 4 hours proceeded exactly as planned. Regular radio check-ins every 30 minutes. All positions reported normal. The squad reached the first village at 1,030 hours, conducted their patrol, spoke with locals. Everything routine. Here are the actual radio transmissions from that day. Bravo 6, this is Watchdog Base. Radio check, over. Radio Morrison, Watchdog Base Bravo 6. All green. Village 1 secure. Moving to Village 2. ETA 1,130 hours. Copy Bravo 6. Weather update. Clear skies expected all day. Roger, Watchdog. Perfect day for a walk in the mountains. That was the last transmission where Staff Sergeant Morrison sounded normal, because something changed between Village 2 and Village 3. Something the military still can't explain. Bravo 6, this is Watchdog Base. Sitrep, over. Radio Morrison, Watchdog, we're being watched. Radio Base, say again, Bravo 6. Did you say watched? Radio Morrison, affirmative. Can't see anyone, but the whole squad feels it, like crosshairs on our backs. Standard protocol for the situation. Take cover. Establish overwatch. Call for support. But what happened next defied all military logic. Chin, Sarge, the locals are acting weird. Radio Morrison, define weird, Chin. Radio, Chin, they're all inside. Doors locked. Window shutters closed. Middle of the day, but it's like a ghost town. At 1,247 hours, Bravo Squad reached the outskirts of Village 3. Population, approximately 200 people. But as specialists noted, the village appeared completely abandoned. This was unusual. Afghan mountain villages are typically bustling with activity during midday hours. Williams. Movement in the tree line. 2 o'clock. Radio Morrison. I see it. Could be go herders. Radio Williams. Negative Sarge. That's not moving like a person. What happened next was captured on Private Williams' helmet camera. The footage shows the squad advancing in standard formation toward the village center. Everything appears normal until 12:52 hours. Chun, Sarge, where's Rodriguez? Radio Morrison. What do you mean, where's Rodriguez? He was right behind you. Radio Chin. He's gone, Sarge. His radio's dead too. Private Rodriguez had simply vanished. One moment he was there, the next moment gone. No sound, no struggle, no trace. But this was just the beginning. Martinez. Thompson's missing too. Radio Morrison. Everyone sound off. Sound off now. Radio Chin. Baker's not responding. Radio Williams. Where the hell is everyone going? In the span of 15 minutes, 6 soldiers had disappeared. No shots fired, no explosions, no enemy contact. 6 trained soldiers simply gone. The remaining 6 clustered together, backs to each other, scanning for threats they couldn't see. Orison. Watchdog base is Bravo 6. We have a situation. 6 personnel missing, no enemy contact. Requesting immediate extraction. Radio base. Bravo 6, say again? Did you say 6 missing? Radio Morrison. Confirmed. 6 missing. Something's not right here. The locals won't even look at us. The next radio transmission was recorded at 1,308 hours. By this time, only 4 soldiers remained: Morrison, Chun, Martinez, and Williams. They had taken defensive positions in the village center, but their enemy remained invisible. Motion detectors are going crazy, but I don't see anything. Radio Martinez. The locals are watching us from their windows. They look scared. Radio Morrison. Scared of what? We're the ones getting picked off. Do you guys hear that? Radio Chun. Hear what? Radio Williams. That humming sound. It's getting louder. Audio analysis later revealed a subsonic frequency of 19 hertz during this transmission. This frequency is known to cause feelings of unease and paranoia in humans, but it also occurs naturally in other circumstances. Something's wrong with my radio. I'm getting signals from Rodriguez and Thompson. Radio Morrison, that's impossible. Their radios went dead an hour ago. Radio Martinez, they're calling for help. They're saying they're trapped somewhere dark. This is where the official record becomes problematic, because what happened next was recorded by multiple devices, witnessed by 4 soldiers, and verified by electronic surveillance. Yet the military classifies it as equipment malfunction. Chun, Sards, look at the shadows. Radio Morrison, what about them? Radio Chun, they're moving wrong. The shadows are moving independent of the objects casting them. Williams, contact. I see them. They're, oh God, what are those things? Radio Morrison, where? I don't see anything. Radio Williams, tall gray, moving between the buildings. They're hurting us. And then came the transmission that would haunt military investigators for years. Morrison, base, this is Bravo 6. They're not human. Repeat, they are not human. We're being hunted by something that. When Bravo Squad failed to report their scheduled check-in, Forward Operating Base Chapman launched an immediate search and rescue operation. 2 Black Hawks with full crews, plus a Chinook carrying a 30-man quick reaction force. The search team reached Village 3 at 1,630 hours. What they found defied explanation. Staff Sergeant Morrison was found sitting in the village center, catatonic, staring at the sky. Specialist Chun was discovered hiding in a well, repeating the words. They took them underground over and over. Corporal Martinez was located 3 kilometers away, walking in circles, claiming she was following the voices of the missing. Base, this is Rescue 1. We have 3 survivors, all requiring immediate medical evacuation. They're not making sense. Base, what about the other 9? Search team leader. That's the problem, Base. We found their boots. 9 pairs of military boots, arranged in a perfect circle in the village square. Each boot still contained human feet, severed cleanly at the ankle. But the soldiers themselves? Gone. No blood, no struggle, no explanation. The search team documented everything. The positioned boots, the electronic interference in their equipment, the subsonic frequencies still emanating from unknown sources. But perhaps most disturbing were the local villagers' testimonies. The old man says the tall ones came for the soldiers. He says they always come when outsiders stay too long in the mountains. Search team leader. Tall ones? Ask him what he means. Interpreter. He won't say more. He's afraid they'll come back. The official investigation lasted 6 weeks. 3 military psychologists evaluated the survivors. Digital forensics experts analyzed every electronic device. Search teams combed a 50-square-kilometer area. The official conclusion: training accident resulting in 9 killed due to environmental hazards. The missing soldiers were declared dead. Their families notified, the case closed. But the unofficial investigation continued. Dr. Amanda Rivers, military psychologist, spent 3 months with the survivors. Her classified report, obtained through FOIA requests in 2023, reveals details the public was never meant to know. Patient exhibits classic signs of extreme trauma, but trauma consistent with prolonged captivity or torture, not battlefield stress. Claims to have witnessed harvesting of fellow soldiers by entities he describes as collectors of human specimens. Demonstrates knowledge of underground tunnel systems not found on any military maps. Staff Sergeant Morrison eventually spoke. Once, during his final evaluation, he made a statement that ended his military career and guaranteed his silence forever. They're still alive, all 9 of them, but they're not in our world anymore. I can hear them sometimes, calling for help through the walls. But you can't reach them. You can't find them, because they exist in the spaces between spaces now. The 3 survivors were given medical discharges and lifetime disability benefits. In exchange, they signed non-disclosure agreements that carry criminal penalties. Staff Sergeant Morrison lives in a secure facility in Montana. Specialist Chun disappeared entirely in 2021. Corporal Martinez speaks only to her therapist, and only about the voices calling from underground. The village where Bravo Squad vanished? Officially, it was evacuated due to geological instability. Satellite imagery shows it was bulldozed in 2020. The area is now restricted airspace, but the story doesn't end there. Radio operators at Forward Operating Base Chapman report occasional transmissions on Bravo Squad's frequency. Voices calling for extraction. voices that match the missing soldier's vocal patterns, voices that always say the same thing. We're still here. We're still waiting. Don't let them take anyone else. 9 soldiers entered a space between worlds. 3 soldiers returned to tell a story no one was supposed to hear. And somewhere, in a place that doesn't appear on any map, 9 voices are still calling for help. The question isn't what happened to Bravo's squad. The question is, how many other squads have vanished into the spaces between spaces? And why is the military so determined to keep it secret? If you've served in remote areas and witnessed something unexplained, share your story in the comments. But remember, some things are classified for a reason.